So the NBA comes down with this ruling that unvaccinated players will not be paid for games they miss in this upcoming season in either San Francisco or New York. And for context, San Francisco and the city of San Francisco and New York, they have said that for players who play in the stadiums there, who attend those games, if they're not vaccinated, they're not allowed to enter the building. Therefore, they're not allowed to play. So there's basically a vaccine mandate there. And that is for the protection of other players, protection of the fans, protection for everybody. So there are some players and there's some advocates out there who are saying that these players should have a right not to be vaccinated and blah, blah, blah. Well, one former player, you might know him, Kareem Abdul Jabbar, made some noise this week, and when he said this about NBA players, he said, quote, "The NBA should insist that all players and staff are vaccinated or remove them from the team." He goes that far. He calls for removing them from the team. He said, quote, "There is no room for players who are willing to risk the health and lives of their teammates, the staff, and the fans simply because they are unable to grasp the seriousness of the situation or do the research." Now, here's the big question, right? Are Kareem's comments fair or foul? Now, there's an argument to be made about whether or not they should play. I think that whether or not they should be on the team, I don't know. I feel like you don't even need to go that far. I personally think if they don't get the vaccine, don't play them. And the NBA is more than in their right to have that be a mandate, and that's the other question. Should players be forced to get the vaccine? Here's what I will say. I'm going to be very clear. I'm not going to name specific players. They've already been named a lot in the media. I'm not going to pile on even more to that right now. I've already talked about this in other videos. But players who don't get the vaccine, in my opinion, and in the opinion of facts, are a danger to spread the virus, mutate the virus, more so than players who are not vaccinated. They are in more danger to suffer from COVID than other players are and other fans are, and vaccinated fans especially are. So, okay. If they don't want to get vaccinated, you don't need to force them. I'm not going to hold you down and put the needle in your arm. No. But if the NBA decides that they don't want players to play, or they're not going to allow you to play, that's on you, because you are presenting a clear and present danger. That's true. You are presenting a clear and present danger to those around you. There's a reason you got these protections in there, all right? Like, again, you're more than your right to not want to. But the thing is, I'm not going to get into an argument about facts or what have you. The facts are very clear that these vaccines work and they're effective. That's just the truth. And if that's not your truth, okay, cool. Don't listen to facts. That's fine. But the thing is, it's like this. It's if a football player, right? If a football player says, I don't want to wear this helmet. I want to wear, a less protective helmet than what the league has regulated, right? If a football player said that, the league's going to be like, okay, cool. If that is more than your right to do that. You're not playing on Sunday, though. You're not suiting up and going on the field on Sunday. That's just not happening. But okay, you can do that. More power to you. It's exactly what this is. More power to you for believing in what you believe. And rejecting one of the biggest accomplishments in Western medicine ever. Cool. You're not playing. You're not presenting a danger to the fans. That's a liability. You're not presenting a danger to the other players. That's a liability. You're not doing any of that. And look, I am someone who believes greatly in player empowerment. And this is what I got. I got involved in an exchange online about player empowerment. Somebody was telling me that we should empower players to make their own decisions about their health. And I said, okay, yeah, sure. We should empower players to make their own decisions about their health. It is your decision if you are a player and you don't want to get vaccinated. Cool. That's your decision. And it's the decision of the NBA. It's the decision of 90% of the NBA players to get vaccinated, and it's the decision of the NBA to say, okay, you're not gonna be a risk to other people in the stadium or other people around you. And the idea of player empowerment, I will always empower a player to do something for their benefit. I will always empower if there's players, whether they play football, basketball, whatever. I will empower them to do things that are in their benefit. If players want to get paid more for putting so much time in a sport, for putting their bodies through hell every single day to stay in shape, to stay on the top of their athletic pinnacle, if I'm going to empower them to get paid as much money, as much of the pie as possible, most of the pie if possible, always. If players want to practice less, I'm going to empower them to do that. If players want to maximize their potential, maximize their earnings, I'm always going to be behind that. Anything that benefits them. But if you're telling me that player empowerment is empowering someone to make a decision that is bad for them, that science proves is bad for them, that basic logic proves is bad for them, I'm not going to empower someone to do that. That's not empowerment. I am not going to empower someone to do something that is not only detrimental to themselves, but other people around them. I will never be in favor of that, and no one should. I will always be in favor of empowering people who are going to be exploited. If the NBA Players Association, or if the NBA tomorrow tries to negotiate something or tries to say that the players need to get paid significantly less of the pie, like 30% less of what they're getting paid now, absolutely, I will be the first person calling out that bullshit. But if you're telling me I should empower players not to be vaccinated to protect themselves from a new disease that has killed 600,000 people here, millions around the world, and done God knows what to people's immune system in the long term. Nah, I'm not down with that. And look, if you don't agree with me, cool, that's your right. Don't agree with me. I'm not going to tell you not to listen to my show if you don't agree with me. That's fine. You can clear this segment out of your mind, whatever you want to do, but don't come out here and tell me that I'm not empowering players by making them or I'm not empowering players by not agreeing with decisions that they're making that are actually not benefiting them. And this is not a thing. If there were players out there who have genuine reasons not to be vaccinated, and there are very few reasons, but there are genuine reasons. There's issues with blood clots and all those types of things. And again, those are very case by case basis, and they're very rare. But if there's a real reason for you not to get vaccinated, okay, go. But if it's just one of those things where you don't agree and you can't really name or you can't really say real facts about it and you're just doing dumb emotional releases, I got nothing for you, man. I really got nothing for you. I got no sympathy for you. I'm not going to help someone be a danger to other people. Thanks for watching this video from Real Take Sports Talk. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever a new video is released. Also, remember to check out our live show every single Thursday at 8 p.m. right here on the YouTube channel. And remember, keep it real.